Welcome to Amuse World, where we dive into the fascinating stories of the world's most iconic and historic machines. Today, we're going to explore the story of the Boeing 747, the most successful commercial plane ever. Have you ever wondered how the 747 came to be? How has it changed the world of air travel? And what makes it so special even to this day? Well, you're in for a treat because we're going to answer all of those questions and more. Sir Norman Foster, a renowned architect, once said that his favorite building is not a building at all, but an airplane. And it's not just any airplane, but the Boeing 747, the pinnacle of commercial aviation. He said, "The fact that we call this an aeroplane rather than building, or engineering rather than architecture, is really a historical hangover, because for me, much of what we have here is genuinely architectural both in its design and its thinking." The 747, also known as the Queen of the Skies, revolutionized air travel when it made its commercial debut in 1970. It allowed travelers to go farther and faster than ever before, and perhaps with more flair than ever before. The 747 was the world's first jumbo jet, measuring at 225 foot long and 60 foot tall. This huge airplane captured the imagination of the public, and it was a game changer in the industry. The 747's roots started in the military. In the 1960s, the U.S. Air Force sought to develop a large plane for cargo and troop transport, and it tapped into the expertise of aerospace companies, including Boeing. Although Boeing didn't win the contract, the company was able to take its technological research and transform it into the 747. Under the leadership of engineer Joe Sutter, a team of Incredibles, as they became known, worked at lightning speed with a limited budget to build the plane in 29 months. At the time, Boeing directed the majority of its resources to other crucial projects, including NASA's Apollo missions and the development of a supersonic transport, or SST, which was supposed to be the future of passenger air travel. But as it turned out, only 2 SSTs ever entered service, the Concorde and the Tupolev Tu-144. And while Boeing's funding was cut, thus ending the program, the 747 was originally designed to ferry passengers for just a few years, as Boeing's SST was being finalized before being converted into a cargo carrier. And it was that cargo purpose that led to the aircraft's defining exterior design element, her hump. According to Michael J. Lombardi, the best way to load freight onto an airplane is straight down the length of the fuselage. They thought the best way to do this with the 747 is to have a nose that tilts up. Well, if you do that on a conventional airplane, the flight deck is right there in the way. So the way to fix that is to put the flight deck up on top of the fuselage. And thus the hump came to be, which in itself led to another key design feature aboard the aircraft. This one on the interior. Due to aerodynamics, the hump had to be extended behind the cockpit, leaving an empty space. Pan Am founder and aviation giant Juan Trippe, who had ordered the first 25 747s for his airline in 1966, can be credited with defining that space. Sheila Oakley, commercial aviation historian, said, "Boeing said, well, we could use it as a crew rest area," and Juan Trippe immediately said, "Oh no, that'll be our first-class lounge." This was a game changer for commercial air travel, as it allowed for a more luxurious and comfortable flying experience for the passengers. The 747 was not only a hit with passengers but also with airlines. It allowed them to transport more passengers at once, and thus increase their revenues. This led to a new era of air travel, and the 747 became the backbone of many airlines' fleet. It was also a hit with cargo companies. The huge cargo hold allowed them to transport more goods at once, and thus increase their revenues. This led to a new era of cargo transportation, and the 747 became the backbone of many cargo companies' fleet. The 747 was not only a commercial success, but it also had a cultural impact. It was featured in movies, TV shows, and even music videos. It became a symbol of the modern world and was a symbol of progress and innovation. The 747 was in production for over 50 years, and during that time it went through several updates and upgrades. The last 747 was produced in 2020, making it one of the longest-running production runs in aviation history. The The 747 will always be remembered as a true icon of aviation. It changed the way we travel, and it changed the way we think about air travel. It was a true game changer, and its legacy will live on for generations to come. The story of the Boeing 747 is a story of innovation, progress, and ambition. It shows us that when people come together with a common goal, they can achieve great things. It's a reminder that even in the face of adversity and challenges, anything is possible. We hope you enjoyed this journey through the history of the 747. And if you want to learn more about the fascinating stories of the world's most iconic and historic machines, make sure to subscribe to Amuse World and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video.